Please, parents, take this into consideration. Don't take your kids to see this movie. This movie is extremely for adults. That being said, because this is an R-rated film, language throughout the entirety of this review, because I'm going to go into full profanity. You've been warned. Other people who don't like profanity, bye-bye. That being said, let's talk about this fucking movie. Sausage Party, one of my most anticipated comedies of the entire year. Probably my most anticipated comedy of the entire year. Finally here. I just got back from seeing it. I will say this. Damn. Oh my god. Let's get started. First off, what is this movie about? This film is about this interesting story about these little groceries people. Food that... I still can't believe I said grocery people. What the fuck? What this is about is grocery food. You can already tell I'm losing it. Grocery food that seem like their life is normal. They're waiting for the people to buy their food, and when this lady buys their food, they realize that shit ain't the way that they thought it was, and shit goes down. Let's talk about Sausage Party, because this movie has been trying to get made. Seth Rogen said recently on Screen Junkies movie fights, which he did an R-rated version of a fight. If you have not seen that, check that out. That's freaking amazing. I'm not supporting them, or you know what I mean. I actually been really looking forward to this movie. Since I saw the Red Band trailer, which was freaking hilarious, I've been excited for this movie. And when a lot of critics that I respect, like the Schmoes, they didn't like the film, some people did, it really caused a mix. And the summer has been full of disappointment. It has been full of disappointment. The only movies that I felt like was a 5 out of 5 this summer was Civil War. When you look at other films that really disappointed, let's talk about Suicide Squad. I liked the film, but it disappointed me in so many ways because it wasn't a 5 out of 5. You look at Jason Bourne, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a 5 out of 5. Star Trek was great, but I wanted a film. Mike and Dave was good. Secret Life of Pets sucked. I wanted a movie where I could feel like I really wanted a good movie. And I wanted a great movie. And I love this movie. I fucking love this movie. This movie was fucking hilarious. This was a hilarious movie. It has problems? Yeah, it does. I love this movie. I thought this movie was hilarious. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Sausage Party. Some of the positives. The voice cast. Oh my god, the voice cast is fucking amazing. Seth Rogen as the hot dog. Kristen Wiig as the bun. That little joke right there, that hit. That was amazing. Everybody in the cast makes their parts into this movie, and they do it right. This is the comedy that we all need this year. This is a movie that absolutely knew what it was going for, and it hit. And I'm going to say this, a lot of people are going to be offended by this movie. The people at my screening, it was an older gentleman left. They couldn't handle it. Some of this people left during this movie because this movie is really offensive. In the first 30 minutes, it is extremely offensive. It is extremely offensive. So if you have not seen that, the humor, man, does it hit. Some of the humor exactly hits, and I'll go back into some of that later. But some of the humor extremely hits. The last 20 minutes are freaking insane. I really thought some of the humor worked. I thought a lot of the humor worked. And when they brought... not spoilers, but the way they brought the ending. Oh my. Oh, that was amazing. The end of the movie. That being said, I thought this movie stuck for what it needed to. It was very short. It only needed to be an hour and 20 minutes. It worked for an R-rated comedy, an R-rated animated movie. It reminded me so much of South Park, which I love South Park, and Team America World Police. Pretty much, if the guys who came together from South Park and this made this movie, that is this. And kudos to Seth Goldberg and Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen, because making a movie over 10 years and finally getting made and finally getting a wide release, kudos, because that is just an achievement. Yes, I have some problems. The profanity, there is a lot. Some of it doesn't need to be like, there's like 20 F-words. This movie can compete with The Wolf of Wall Street for the most languages used in the movie. But, because they say like 20 fucks in like the entire movie. I will say though, some of it doesn't need to be there. But they do it. And some of the humor does not stick as well as I wanted it to. But I love this movie. Is it one of the best movies of the year? Yeah, I think it kind of is. It's the best comedy I've seen so far this year. That being said, it has problems, and I acknowledge that. So Sausage Party gets a 4 out of 5. I love this movie. I thought it was hilarious. This is what the summer needs to be. Unfortunately, it wasn't what we're talking about. But that being said, that's my review of Sausage Party. Tomorrow, I'm going to see Pete's Dragon. I'm probably going to cry because that animated movie was one of my most dearest films of my childhood, and it made me cry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next time.